Okay, I want to show you the Seiko wrist information system. The Seiko comes with a wristwatch. It's a very small wristwatch. I have tiny wrists, so you can see it fits my arm beautifully. It's a very nice, very good condition. 1984 vintage watch that interfaces with a keyboard, a little keyboard, and also a controller. So the controller has a built-in ROM chip which has applications built into it, allows you to do some basic programming, and it has other applications, some games, a scheduler, and those kinds of things. And we'll look at the basic program in a minute. And it has a printer, a little thermal printer here. I printed the database of my memo function. It has my ham radio friends' call signs and names, some of them that I sometimes will forget. And so the unit just communicates through the controller and the keyboard through what they call a transmission circuit, the transmission circuit. So built into the watch, in the back of the watch, underneath the cover, is a loop of wire. And that inductive connection just communicates back and forth through that wire. So there's no electrical connection on the watch. And the watch just snaps into the keyboard here. And you can type, you can use it for a calculator or whatever. You notice that there are no buttons like calculator buttons on the face of the watch, so you're limited as to what you can do with the Seiko as opposed to a later model Casio, which is one of my favorite watches. This is a little bit later model, and it's the data bank, and it has calculator, scheduler, stopwatch, telephone directory, all those kinds of things built in. And of course you can do all of that from the keypad right here, which is pretty cool. But earlier, this is later model, I don't know what year this is, 2000, something like that. You can still buy these brand new, but these on the other hand are very hard to find. 1984 vintage. So let's take a look at what some of the things that you can do with the keypad. So we went into memo B, and we're going to just type some things here so that we don't forget. Maybe a list for the groceries. And you can see it's a little cumbersome, but 1984. But in gorgeous condition. The plastic cover is still on the keyboard. You can see this has not even been removed. So we've installed, we put in some information in the memo, and then we can save that for later. There it is. And if I wanted to go into memo A, I could look at my call signs for my ham radio friends there. You can see them scrolling through there. So that's a nice little feature for 1984. Pretty fundamental. Can you imagine walking around like this? No, that's not what it was intended for. But in any case, I thought that was pretty cute. So it comes with a keyboard. You could actually buy the keyboard and the watch in a single pack, and you didn't need the external controller to actually do some of the functions. The calculator and all of that would work with this keyboard. However, some folks wanted to go the extra mile and go with the controller, and so you end up with this big clunky controller here, and you got your little tiny screen, 10 characters by 4 lines, and that's your computer screen. And you can run basic and all of that, and we'll look at a basic program that I wrote to work on antennas in just a moment. But I wanted to show you what was a possibility back in the day when some of you were ham radio operators. You would could have carried some of that data around in your watch, which would have been quite the envy of your ham radio friends. This particular setup comes with the manuals for the keypad, the keyboard, the controller instruction manual, and a manual for Microsoft Basic. And I've been writing in Basic for, I don't know, 30 years or more, 40 years. Yeah, probably 40 years. And anyway, since the early 80s when it first came out. And this has a 1983 version of Microsoft Basic in it. So it's a very simplified version of Basic. But as you'll see in a moment, it'll do the job. So this application ROM pack came with a few games, a scheduler, and the Microsoft Basic 1983 edition. Very pretty setup. And of course, by today's standards, or even by these earlier standards here, not even compares to a smartwatch by today's standards. But in the day, it was quite the thing. Now let's see how the 1983 Microsoft Basic could serve the ham radio community on the wrist information system. Okay, we have the Seiko UC2200 controller and the Seiko UC2000 connected. And so we're going to run the basic program. So we're going to click on Transmit, and we're going to click on Basic. And you'll see Basic load. And the program that I have written is right here. It's just a very short program. So let's run it and see how it works. Alrighty, so the program is going to be asking us for either a frequency or a wire length. So let's start with a wire length, and let's assume that we have a dipole that someone gave us that we measured at 250 feet total length. And so it's asked us to put in the length of the wire in feet, so we're going to put 250 feet in there, and it'll just calculate the resonant frequency. So the resonant frequency of that dipole is 1.872 megahertz. 1.872 megahertz. And then the program returns back to asking us. So let's double check that, make sure the program's working correctly. And let's tell it that we want to tune an antenna to 1.872 megahertz. So let's tell it 1.872 megahertz, and it will calculate the length of the antenna, the total length. It's 250 feet, and each element of the dipole will be 125 feet. So that's pretty simple. So let's try another one. I wonder what length of a 2-meter antenna would be on like an HT, a full length antenna. So let's do frequency, and let's tell it that we're 146.82 megahertz. That's a local repeater. 146.82 megahertz. And let's see how long that antenna should be. Now again, it's not a dipole, but the total length of the antenna, full wave, is 3.18 feet. And each element, if it's a dipole, would then be 1.6 feet long. All right, let's do one more just for kicks. Let's do something in the 40 meter range. 7.2 megahertz. So we've got a 65-foot length, total length, and each element of the dipole will be 32.5 feet. So there we go. The Seiko UC 2000 watch. And while you guys are working, I'm going to play the hit game. Oh, messed up there.